Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you all. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to go over, I corrected the last two assignments actually, I think, that I sent your way. But I said that I wanted to make a video just to show you. I mean, most of your translations of this first part of Lectio 2 are basically good, basically fine. But there's little points of grammar that are getting lost, and so I just wanted to make sure you had a literal understanding of everything here. And today's assignment will be to basically finish the Lectio, which I'll ask you to share with me on Google Classroom. Please don't send it to my email. My email is just getting overflowing with messages, and it's just easier to sort of like go over to Google Classroom and check it there. So anyway, here we are. Going over the first part of Lectio 2, okay? So, after being asked, what did the teacher write? Julia says, the first part of the letter is about another matter, about another thing, res rei. In the second part, the teacher advises me or warns me about the money which I owe to him. Amelia then says, why don't you pay the money which is owed to the teacher? Some of you said which you owe to the teacher, and that's not wrong. It's just that I'm just again trying to distinguish between passive and active here and tenses of verbs, so I want to be specific, okay? So why don't you pay the money that is owed to the teacher? Certainly the teacher who teaches our sons so well to write and to read deserves his pay. But what on earth has been written, scriptum est, that's perfect passive, in the first part of the letter? Surely the teacher praises Marcus, or doesn't the teacher praise Marcus? None again expects a yes, whereas num expects a no. Now, this sentence here, Julia says, the subject is not hoc epistula. This is ablative, all right? So literally, no praise is contained in this letter. So that's ablative, so we can say in this letter. For a lazy and poor student, nec meret means does not deserve praise. So laus, laudus, this is third declension. It's feminine. Praising words or just praise. And then he says, do you think that you are being praised, that passive infinitive within an indirect statement here, are being praised in this letter? Now, again, literae is a plural, but we take it as a singular. Okay, so his litteris, in this letter, Marcus. Marcus turns away his face from his father, and does not respond any word, or responds not a word, but his trembling knees, his shaking knees, and his white face is a clear response. Responsum planum is like a plain or a clear response, which his father understands easily. Often, silence is the clearest response. And then everybody missed this, I believe. I know you're sort of cutting to the chase, saying Marcus is quiet, but this is that ablative absolute that we keep sort of going back to. Tacente Marco. So with Marcus being quiet, or since Marcus is being quiet, Amelia says, what did Marcus do? Facio, facere, feci factus. So again, these are the principal parts of that by this book's measure. So what has Marcus done, or what did Marcus do? She says, tell everything to me, or tell me everything. Julia says, Marcus has done nearly everything which he ought not to have done, or which he shouldn't have done. This letter makes the entire matter clear, or makes everything clear. Oh, Marcus, now I clearly understand that everything which you have told, naravisti, you have told to us is false, or all the things that you have told to us are false. So again, this is yet another indirect statement. I know, verbs of the head, I see, I know, I hear, that something has happened using infinitives. And here it is right here, the infinitive. The teacher writes in plain or clear words that, here comes another indirect statement, that you are a terrible student, or you have been a terrible student. Fuisse is the perfect infinitive for esse, for to be. So he writes that you have been a terrible student and that you have written vilely and incorrectly, or ugly and incorrectly. And that's where that section ended. So I'm going to stop this video now, and I will send you an answer key for the grammar questions that I had for you, those 15 questions after the story. Some of you got half right. Some of you got a few right. Some of you got most right. Nobody got everything right, but you know, some of you did quite well on it, and I hope you don't mind the fact that I'm trying to go over and cover old topics by including links to things. And I think those links, if you follow them, or if you did follow them, or if you had followed them, then you'd know how to answer those questions correctly. I mean, several students at least demonstrated that. Okay, so again, the rest of this lectio goes to line, where is it? Up to line 83. So please stop there. And as I say, share a document with me on Google Classroom in the stream, not to my email, please. And just, you know, label it Lectio 2 Part 3 or something like that. Just clear language, okay? And that's all I will ask you to do today. It's not a very long section, but please be careful. I'm going to include another grammar section underneath that part of the exercise, which will ask you to identify the tenses of a number of verbs, not necessarily all of them, but a number of them. So you need to know that perdidi, this is perdere, and perdidisse, that is a perfect verb, as this is a perfect infinitive, but punietur is a totally different tense. And so, yeah, I'm asking you to, I know that last verbs assessment went pretty lousy for some of you, and I still haven't graded it because I'm kind of afraid to. But you need to go back and kind of like revisit verb tenses here and there, I think. Okay. Hope that is enough for you. And I certainly will have office hours. I mean, Mrs. Marston suggested having like hours between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and I'm fine with that. If anybody has any questions or wants to talk to me face to face about anything, most of you usually don't, even though I suggest you do if you're confused. But if you want to, then I'll be happy to meet between 3 and 4, or really, you know, any time after 12:30, as long as I have the time to do it. Tomorrow I have to do a Skype with a kid who I teach in virtual high school at 3 o'clock, so I'm not sure I can do it at 3 or between 3 and 4, but we'll do so if you want to set up a time. Okay. Hope the quarantine is treating you as well as can be expected. Okay. All right. Take care. Have a good Monday if I don't see you. Bye-bye.